Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing 2 ways that you can use watercolor paper scraps. So especially if you buy the expensive watercolor paper like the Arches or other high quality brands, then you may want to try to use every last bit of that paper. So one thing that I have used the little scraps for, especially ones that are like wider, I've done mini landscapes with them. So here are a couple of the little landscapes that I've done. So you can use your scraps to make little paintings like that. And especially right now, I've noticed that the tiny landscapes are pretty popular on YouTube, so you may want to do those. Or another thing that you can do with your scraps is make a watercolor swatch sheet. So you don't necessarily have to use scraps for this, but I'm going to be using them. If you don't have scraps, then you can just use a full sheet of watercolor paper. But I'm going to be painting little swatches on each of these little rectangles, and then I'm going to be attaching them to a sheet of cardstock. So first I'm going to just make sure that I title my page with the brand. So I'm going to be using the Winsor & Newton watercolor paints, the professional quality. So I'm just using a Fudenosuke soft tipped pen for this lettering, and I just came out with a new book all about Fudenosuke lettering, so if you're interested in learning how to do this style, then I'll put the link for this book in the description below. And then I also have another YouTube channel that's called Earth and Sky Prints, and that is dedicated to just calligraphy. So if you're interested in learning brush lettering or Fudenosuke lettering, then you can head over there and check out some of my tutorials. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and start painting the little swatch cards. So I am going to do somewhat of like a little bit of a gradient. So I'm going to start off darker on this side and then kind of work my way and get a little bit lighter as I go out. So I'm going to just work my way through all the colors in my palette, and then I'll show you how I make the whole sheet. Alright, so now that I have all my watercolor swatches, now I'm going to take my cardstock and I'm going to just space these out and just go basically starting with like the warmer colors and then moving to the reds and the blues and the greens and working my way just through my palette. So I'm gonna just be using just like a glue stick to just glue these on, and then I'm going to label them all. I'm going to be using a fine tipped pen just because I like the look of that, but you could use markers or whatever kind of pens that you want to use, and I'll just show you how I set up the whole sheet. Alright, so there you have it. There's your watercolor swatch sheet, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more, and I will see you later.